In its efforts to fight racism, xenophobia and other forms of discrimination, the South African government has launched a national action plan to assist in combating prejudice. The aim of the plan is to protect the rights of individuals and groups facing racial discrimination and to promote mutual understanding among different groups. CGTN's Yolisa and Njamela has more.
While apartheid was brought to an end more than 2 decades ago, the country is still struggling with incidents of racism, racial discrimination and other related intolerance. Xenophobia has also seen a surge in the past few years. The National Action Plan provides the basis for the development of a comprehensive public policy against racial discrimination. It will assist South Africa in giving effect to its international human rights obligations related to the elimination of racism, racial discrimination, xenophobia, and other intolerances. The launch is the culmination of an extensive process which started in 2015 for the development of the plan.
The NAP is an important tool to prevent and combat racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, and other discriminatory conduct and forms of prejudice that we've been experiencing in our country recently. Not only racism, but LGBTI discrimination and anti-foreigner sentiments. It gives effect to the prescripts of the Constitution, which enshrine the rights of all people in our country and affirm the democratic values of human dignity, equality and freedom.
The plan clearly sets out what should be done to combat these societal ills. It also calls for honest conversations in order to create social cohesion.
After the xenophobic violence of 2008, and more recently in 2015, UNHCR takes this opportunity to commend the government on its stance against a form and level of discrimination that has resulted in the loss of livelihoods, property, and even life and limb.
Officials emphasize the need to ensure that foreign nationals are also protected by this plan.
It is very also important for us to indicate that migrants selflessly contributed immensely towards the democratization of South Africa and the cause today for Pan-Africanism to encourage and strengthen bonds of solidarity between all peoples of African descent.
While solid on paper, practical implementation of the plan will be most key.
This will require vigilance on the part of all in our society, and also a determination by the government to ensure that those who behave in ways which are detrimental to this constitutional ideal must be dealt with in the harshest possible way.
The plan is also intended to promote human dignity through the promotion and protection of human rights.
Government maintains that the National Action Plan is not intended to replace the existing laws and policies, but rather to play a complementary role to those policies, programs and legislations which are intended to deal with issues of intolerance and discrimination.
Yolisa and Njamela for CGTN in Pretoria, South Africa.